There's our last letter of the episode,
Okay.
but I would
Kieran
say
feeding. Some Irish travelers showed up at my door, and I'm concerned that they replaced my baby with a changeling.
No. This last letter is not about child control. It's about wife. It's about wife control. And
Hell yeah, control yo bitch.
I'm interested to hear what you guys will have to make of this. So it says, okay, so this is actually to the sort of financial advice column, but it says, dear Paydirt, my wife started a charity and has been soliciting everyone for donations to it. She spams people on social media with messages and posts, and if we run into someone in person, she'll flat out ask people to hand her cash or a check on the spot. And if they demur, she'll try to give them their Venmo, PayPal, etc. information so she can send them a request. It definitely makes some people uncomfortable, and she doesn't want to take no for an answer. The worst part is that the charity is more or less a way for her to fund an eclectic hobby of hers. Think along the lines of knitting high-end sweaters for animals. And it doesn't really do anything for the community. She recently it gets worse. She recently crossed the line when my boss's wife posted a fundraiser for a suicide prevention on Facebook in honor of her late brother, who sadly died last year from suicide. The caption talked about how much he had meant to her and that it was really sad. I donated to the fundraiser, and not only was my wife mad that I donated to it instead of hers, don't know why, as we share our finances and she can just go buy anything she may need without me donating. But worse, she commented on the fundraiser post with a link for people to donate to her own charity and posted she hoped that people wouldn't overlook her worthwhile cause if they were feeling generous. Everyone else had been commenting condolences and supportive stuff. My boss's wife deleted what my wife had posted, and she blocked her. Then my
awesome.
Then my
love her.
Then my boss took me aside at work and relayed to me how upset his wife was about the incident and asked me not to bring my wife to any work events for the time being.
Hell yes.
My wife thinks people are jealous and uncomfortable that she's doing charitable work when they are not. And she insists that people are being ridiculous and that she's doing nothing wrong in the way she's asking for money. My wife has been unreasonable and a bit socially out of touch in the past, but never to this degree. I am embarrassed and angry, and I'm afraid she's putting us in jeopardy and socially burning bridges for us. How can I get her to stop? And how do we mend fences with the people she's aggravated? The letter is signed, "My wife is out of hand."
Look, I'm sorry. You're worried about people committing suicide? What is more likely to prevent someone from killing themselves than they see an adorable animal in a sweater?
Yeah. She commented, she was like, hey, maybe your brother wouldn't have sucked on the tailpipe of a Nissan Sentra if she had just seen a pug with a pug with little pants on. Maybe he would have lived another day. What a dumb bitch, dude.
This
Honestly,
rules.
It's like
this is another one. These four broads. We need to bring them together.
It's unbelievable that you would fucking behave this way. And honestly, if you're this guy, what do you even do?
You have to kill her. Like I'm not saying commanding him to kill her. I think if you bring that to any psychologist, divorce lawyer, anyone, they'll just be like, you have to kill her. You have to throw the wife out.
Yeah, I think if you're this guy, I'm not even joking when I say you should divorce this woman.
Yes.
It's like that's
make your own death, do something.
Like, okay, if it was her, like, let's say she had a charity and it was for like a rare type of cancer that her brother died from, then it's like, hey, I understand how much this means to you, but you just have to be a little more couth with the way you go about things. But the fact that this is just bullshit,
absolute drivel,
nothing.
Absolute drivel.
She's making fucking cardigans for corgis, and she's fucking hitting people up nonstop. Just a shameless person. There's no saving. You're right. It's like when a horse breaks its leg. When a white woman starts accosting people for her fake charity, so she can knit sweaters for dogs, you got to put her down.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like it would be insane. It would already be insane if she was like doing. I mean, I'm pretty much like against most charity because it is all this. Like it is the root of all charity. most people aren't as antisocial and insane as this woman, but it's
Sure.
kind of like the same thought process. That instead of everyone paying a higher tax rate and the state taking care of these things because they are rights, whether it is families being able to feed themselves or dogs needing sweaters, the state should provide. Instead of it being just this thing that we all do, they want to be thanked.
Right.
But
Totally.
this is like, I guess this is sort of a nature versus nurture thing, because I'm assuming these are upper middle class people, right?
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't. I don't think there's a lot of like the white working class or black working class or anyone writing these letters, right? Probably not. But this woman has the personality of sort of a white trash woman who, whenever anyone they're like, oh, Trina had a miscarriage. Oh well, I was kidnapped yesterday. Yeah, I didn't tell anyone till now.
Yeah. 100%. Yes.
Okay. I actually,
it's definitely an attention. I mean, the post on the fucking, that's next level shit, dude. It's just like, it has nothing to do with you. Why it's just on your Facebook feed and you felt like you needed to like plug your, like, it's just, even if it wasn't charity, if it was just like, you guys post about your podcast and I was like, in the replies, I was like, hey, listen to my podcast. That would be weird. Let alone it's about your brother who killed himself.
I gotta say, this woman, she has the personality of one of my repliers. So like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, even if she is exiled from her friend group and divorced and cast out, there is one community of like-minded people where she would fit in.
That's absolutely right.
It is my replies.
I have
I don't know.
I have an idea though about how this out of hand wife and one of our previous letter writers, I think we can sort of like meld their two concerns together. So we've got the out of hand wife who is running a charitable organization to knit cute little outfits for animals. Well, what's an animal that could use sort of like a nice job interview outfit? Well, it's the crazy fox that's out of control. It's sort of like we can get like sort of respectability politics, sort of pull up your pants, just tuck in your shirt, kind of thing for foxes, where we can get a charity
court suit for the fox.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
to quote President Obama, get your own damn fries.
That's brilliant thinking, Will.
Yeah, because I mean, these foxes, they're just not behaving the right way. If you ever want to get a job, or not get stopped by the police
they
walking
need to be
home,
articulate.
Yeah.
The other thing is like what's fascinating to me about people like this is I would love to know how these people fuck. Like, there's no way this guy is serving good cock. If his wife is this out of pocket. It might be, I hate to be, I'm a simple man. Everything I really, and especially in a relationship, I really do feel like a huge part comes down to what's going on while you fuck. And this guy might need to fucking take some classes. He might need to figure out a way to dick his wife down so that she'll behave.
Honestly,
and I'm sorry to be crass, but I just think that is at a certain point, this might be like she's acting this way. It's a sign of distress. She's like, I haven't gotten my back walls hit in years, and it's turning my brain to mush. Somebody needs to fuck, and he either needs to step up and do it himself, or he needs to become a cuck, watch someone just absolutely wreck his wife, and then they take it out on him, and that way she ridicules him while he's got his soft little 4-inch penis in his hand, and she's getting wrecked by some kind of, huge cock. They ridicule him. She doesn't act out in public. I think that's the only way to sublimate her desires to be this much of a dumb bitch. He's got to be the sacrificial lamb, and either he has to learn how to dick her down, or he has to become a turbo cuck and take in all the abuse so that she doesn't behave this way on Facebook. She doesn't behave this way at the grocery store.
It's like hack stand-up comedians and like all their materials about like what a bitch their wife or girlfriend is. And like I remember seeing this one guy on Comedy Central years ago, and he was just like, "Hey, you ever notice how men and women are like so different after sex?" He's like, after I climax, like I'm in a coma, I can't move, and then like after sex, my girlfriend, she's vacuuming the floor, she's fucking painting the walls, she's cooking a pot roast. Like, wait, why does she have so much energy? And I'm like, Gee, I fucking wonder why, dude. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, there's probably
yeah.
something relaxing about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an old Louis bit too, where he's like, because he was like, if you fuck a woman right, she'll want nothing to do with you or something. I think
Yeah.
that's the punchline. But yes, 100%. That's and a lot of these people that write into Slate, they're probably not busting
No.
Nope.
correctly, and and that can affect anyone.
I mean, this is
If I go a while without busting, I start getting squirrely in the brain. You know what I mean?
You start Googling emergency exits, subway station, smoke grenade.
Earmuffs for my family. Earmuffs for my family. If you're my family and listening, earmuffs, don't listen. Skip this part. I am proud to say that absolutely none of the women I've had sex with, after I had sex with them, engaged in any charitable activity.
Zero.
Zero. Not even during 2020. They didn't even change their Abbeys to black squares. That's what a good job I did.
It would be great if after every single woman you fucked afterwards, unrelated, all started charities to learn how to grow cock cells in a lab. They're like, well, this must be a coincidence.
Well, yeah, okay. Look at like Mackenzie Bezos, right? After she got divorced, she starts giving billions of dollars to like the most bullshit charities you've ever heard of.
Yeah,
like I'm a fan of bad charities. I love following them, like the shitty charities that billionaires support. And I hadn't even heard of any of these. She was like, she's like, I'm giving $3 billion to a program that tells the underclass how to be playwrights. And I think we learned a bit about Jeff Bezos that day.
That's true.
Absolutely. Shout out to that teacher, by the way. The guy Mackenzie Bezos, the public teacher that she ended up public school teacher that she ended up marrying. Salute my brother. Dicked his way into like however many billies.
He has to. This is a challenge for him. He's got to keep it. He's got to keep it up. He's got to be able to satisfy her, because if he doesn't, she's just going to keep fucking putting this money out the door. And it's like, if he's not like on point, he's not focused on satisfying her, she's going to end up spending like all the money trying to like genetically create a real anti-racist baby.
Yeah. This guy, absolutely. This guy has to find her tiny clit, and we know she has one because she's obnoxious. Or else she's going to spend all his money before they can buy Roman Abramovich's super yacht out of possession from the Treasury Department. And that's, that would be tragic.
It would be tragic.